Alright, welcome back everyone to Transporter Gaming here, and look what we have today. As I said before, the Downforce expansion pack just keeps on getting better and better. You've seen the 1.1, you've seen the F50, look at the F-Type R. Finally, it is in Driveclub, and it is a good thing, because not that Forza Horizon 2 is terrible, it's just that detail-wise, it doesn't get any better than this. They even managed to get the diamond and the coating on the wheels perfect. Look at that. Look at that. You can suck on that, Turn 10 and Playground Games. Evolution Studios has trumped you once again, detail-wise. This is why this is the best driving game of the century. What did I say, century? Anyway, the F-Type R is an 911 competitor, and price-wise, it's much cheaper than a 911. You compare the performance figures between this and a Turbo S. This has 542 horsepower. Turbo S has 560 horsepower, so it's a difference between of like 18 horsepower. So not that much. This weighs 3,800. Turbo weighs about 3,500, 3,600. So it's a lot lighter. But this costs, with the stuff that I see on here, this costs between $110,000. Turbo S costs about $180,000 to $120,000. Crazy. That's how Porsche does things. I don't know why. But this is definitely a bargain. Why would you go for an 911 Turbo when it looks this beautiful? When an F-Type R looks this beautiful. Look at it. I'm sorry, I could just stare at it all day. I'm sorry. And let's go back into the cabin here. There it is. Decked out in carbon fiber. And look at those those yellow shifters there, the paddle, the shifter there. Panoramic roof. Pretty glad that they've implemented that. All the stitching and everything just done to a T. Evolution Studios has wowed me once again. Now, this is, even though it is marked down as a exotic, it is actually more of a muscle car because of the V8 and the torque going into those rear wheels. Now, it is wet here in India. Light precipitation, but I think I should be just fine. It's not a typical muscle car because obviously Jaguar know a thing or two about handling. Well, as James May or Richard Hammond would say, they know a bit or two about handling because they've taken most of the cars to the dreaded Nürburgring. Like that matters here. Now this will do 60 in 4.2 seconds on paper. Top speed 186 miles an hour. A bit slidey there. That compared to 3.7 in the AMG GTS and 193 miles an hour. This is all on paper. But I think this year the F-Type R is coming out with an all-wheel drive, with the all-wheel drive standard for both coupe and convertible now. So a lot more grip. Car will do 60 in much less than 4.2 seconds. And I don't know if it's still limited to 186. Hopefully they raise the limiter soon. But listen to that engine now. Look at that. Listen to that. It's just so loud. You can scare other kittens away. They've done well here. You gotta be careful here though. And break in. Ugh. That's a terrible corner. What the hell was that? Now the F-Type R in the one that I drove in Forza Horizon 2, I tuned it to have like about 896 something, 900 something horsepower, so it could do 250 miles an hour. So it was crazy. Now you can't tune cars in Driveclub, unfortunately, but I don't think I really care though. Surprising though, I would suspected this to be a lot more tail happy though. It's not really. It could just be this my balance in the steering, but here it is. It can't be very docile. It feels heavy though. It feels a lot heavier than the AMG GTS. It feels a lot heavier than the AMG GTS. I don't know if it's really sluggish though, but even if with more power it is a bit heavier. That actually does take its toll for agility's sake. It is. It does take its toll for agility's sake, but for the most part, man. Oh, Jaguar has wowed me once again. The CX-75 was a fantastic car. I don't know why I didn't record a video about it when it came out. I was just really busy that time, but that was a fantastic car. I don't know if it'll compete with the. It doesn't really. It does compete with the P1. It won't beat it though, but it will compete even with the curves on. But Jaguar, just unbelievable. So what they need to add now is the XJ220. So now that they're adding 90s classes, because now they have what? They have the F1LM, they have the F50. What they need to add now is the XJ220, and who else? I don't know. Another 90s classic, whatever 90s classic they can come up with that I haven't driven or seen since Need for Speed 4, which was high stakes. They should just put it in here and make it just really, really pretty. Oh my goodness. Okay, brake hard. There you go. See, that's how you take that corner. Oh yeah. Oh yes. Now, it's in the same class, performance class, as the M4, the AMG GTS, and the rough RGT8. But it's heavier than all of them. What else is there to say? It's heavier than all of them. But with all that power and torque, I don't think it would be that much of a difference. Now, it'd probably be a difference to the AMG GTS because lightness is actually part of the drag racing / circuit racing recipe. So, could it beat it? Could this beat it? Probably not. And they're adamant because AMG are adamant about this competing closely with the 911, even scarier. 911 drivers or owners, even. I won't. It does have a bit of an issue with the RGT8, but at the same time, that thing is actually sort of a 911 threat. This is a 911 threat as well, but it's just really heavy. That's the thing. But at the same time, it's just a dream. I just really need to get a lot of tail happy though, even in this light precipitation. Slow down your words, Jason. There you go. Alright. Okay, see? This thing can be really docile and really precise when you want it to be. I don't know, I'm not really that keen on flinging it around these corners here. Let's see. Not really keen on flinging it around these corners. Let's back to the office. 143 miles an hour at this straight here. Oh dear. There's the flinging. Yes. Alright, last lap. Okay, I'm trying flooring it, but the thing just stays planted though for the most part. They've done well here. I'm going to drive this in multiplayer, because this is a gorgeous thing, and you shouldn't really be ignored at all. Now, what car has as much power? The M5 has as much power as this, but this is lighter. I don't know, but what you need to do is need to bring in, what's another car then? And the SL65 is, that's another story. That's another story. Oh dear. This thing's just getting dirty by the thing, even though it's wet. This thing is simply glorious, and it's dirty. Even in the dirt, look at how dirty and glorious it still looks. Alright, and click. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, as the sun sets here in India. It is the F-Type R Coupe. Now, I don't think it's not really one of the fastest of the performance spec, but it will definitely give others other one free mother. It is pretty docile, to be honest, as long as you don't fling it or slam the gas like a hooligan. Even if I do, I don't get it really matters though. But for the most part, this is just a beautiful instrument, even if it is dirty. Look how dirty it is doing laps in this thing. So I hope you guys enjoyed this lovely test drive in the wet in the F-Type R in India. Remember, rate, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you next time.